If you want to encode a video in HandBrake, the idea is simple. You are giving your computer a set of instructions to rebuild your video into a new compressed file. In this video, I'll show you the exact workflow step by step so you can encode confidently, avoid common mistakes, and get a clean final export. If this tutorial helps, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more software tutorials just like this. Alright, let's jump in. First, let's talk about the destination and naming step because this is one of the most important parts of the entire process. In HandBrake, you want to click the Browse button at the bottom right. This is where you set the file path for your new encoded video. HandBrake needs to know exactly where to write the new data blocks as they're created, and choosing the right destination helps keep your files organized and safe. A really important tip here is to never save the new file in the exact same folder with the exact same name as the original source file. That can create confusion, and in some cases, it can even risk corrupting or overwriting the wrong file. A better approach is to create a separate output folder, or at least give the encoded version a clear new name. For example, instead of leaving it as the original file name, add something like encoded, compressed, or final so you can instantly tell the difference. Once your destination is set, the next step is the queue. This is especially useful if you are doing batch processing. Instead of clicking Start right away, click Add to Queue. The queue is basically HandBrake's way of storing each set of encoding settings like a blueprint. If you have multiple videos to compress, this is a huge time saver because you can line everything up first and let the computer process each one automatically, one after another. This is perfect when you're working with a folder full of videos and want to walk away while everything gets encoded. You don't have to sit there and manually start each file. You simply add the jobs to the queue, double check your settings, and then let HandBrake handle the rest. That alone can save you a massive amount of time, especially if you're dealing with long videos or a large content library. Now, let's move on to starting the encode. Once everything looks good, click the green Start Encode button, or if you've queued up multiple files, click Start Queue. This is the moment the transcoding engine kicks in. Under the hood, your CPU starts making millions of calculations every second. HandBrake decodes the source video using FFmpeg, then encodes the new frames using X264, and finally muxes the video and audio together into the final container. If that sounds technical, don't worry. The simple version is this. HandBrake is reading your original video, compressing it based on the settings you chose, and then rebuilding it into a new finished file. That's why the settings matter so much. The quality, the file size, and the encoding speed all depend on how you configure the job before you hit start. While the encode is running, you can monitor progress at the very bottom of the HandBrake window. This status bar gives you useful information like FPS and ETA. FPS stands for frames per second, and it tells you how fast your hardware is writing the new video. So if your source video is 30 frames per second and HandBrake is encoding at 60 frames per second, that means it's processing at about twice real-time speed. ETA stands for estimated time of arrival, and this number helps you understand how much longer the encode will take. Keep in mind that ETA can change during the process. That's because some scenes are easier to encode than others. For example, a static talking headshot is usually faster to process than a high-action scene with lots of movement, detail, or transitions. So if the time jumps around a little, that's completely normal. Once the encode finishes, don't just assume everything is perfect. The final step is verification, and this is where you check the quality of the output file. Open the finished video in a player like VLC and make sure everything plays correctly. Watch and listen for a few moments to confirm that the audio matches the lip movement and that nothing was lost during the encode. You also want to check the file size to make sure it fits your target. If the file is too large, you may need to adjust your preset or bitrate settings next time. If the file is too small and the quality looks soft or blurry, you may need to raise the quality a little. This quality check is important because it tells you whether your settings were successful before you move on to more videos. So, to recap, encoding in HandBrake comes down to 5 simple ideas. Choose your destination and file name, add jobs to the queue if you are batch processing, start the encode, monitor FPS and ETA, and verify the final file in a media player. Once you understand that flow, HandBrake becomes much easier to use and much less intimidating. If this video helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe for more step-by-step tutorials, and leave a comment if you want a follow-up guide on the best HandBrake settings for quality and file size. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.